Hi, I'm Joni Patry, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Well, today I want to talk about something near to all of us, dear to our hearts, and that is relationships. And there is something in Vedic astrology called Kuja Dosha. Now, what Kuja Dosha really means is that you're going to have struggles in relationships, because what Kuja Dosha is about is where Mars is in your chart relative to your marriage house, the seventh house. Now, let me remind everyone, please make sure you're looking at your sidereal chart, which this is the Vedic sidereal chart. If you don't know it, please go to my website, galacticcenter.org, and make sure you put in the free chart calculator, your data, to see where Mars is in your chart, so you can decipher if you have Kuja Dosha. While you're there, don't forget to sign up for my free newsletter. You'll be glad you did. But looking at Mars being in your chart, there's 4 particular locations that are going to cause serious Kuja Dosha. Now, Mars is the planet of war. If it's in your 7th house, you are going to have difficult relationships. And I know if you catch this, you're going to say, well, no wonder. But of course, this doesn't mean you're destined to horrible relationships your whole life. It just means there's something very important you came here to learn about yourself and relationships on all of these counts. Don't forget this. So Mars being in the 7th house, Kuja Dosha, serious problems with relationships. You may feel like you attract these very difficult individuals that are argumentative, that are combative, that are mean, or even passive aggressive, depending on what sign it's in. We'll talk about that in just a second. But let's go to the other placements. As I said, Mars in the 1st house. That means your partner sees you as combative and argumentative and mean. So Mars in the 1st, Mars in the 7th. Now let's go to another house that Mars will give a full aspect to the 7th house. And in Vedic astrology, Mars special aspects besides the conjunction opposition are 4 and 8. So in other words, when you place Mars in the chart, it will be casting its energy fully, completely 4 placements from where it's situated. So if you put Mars in the 4th house, 4, 5, 6, 7, then you have Mars casting its energy in 100% power to your 7th house. That's the house of marriage. So that's Kuja Dosha. And the other aspect that Mars gives 100% in power aspect is 8 placements from where Mars is situated. So if you place Mars in your 12th house, count from the 12th house to the 7th house. 12th, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 8 placements, 8 houses, 8 signs from Mars being in the 12th house. It will arrive that it's fully aspecting your 7th house. So let's go over this once again. If you have Mars in the 7th, in the 1st, in the 4th, or the 12th houses, you got serious Kuja Dosha, which means you got to work on your relationships. They will not come out easy. There is a rule with Kuja Dosha. I don't know how well it works, but let's assume the ancient astrologers, which I have my trust in, knew what they were talking about. They say, if you have Kuja Dosha, that you must marry someone that has it as well. I guess 2 negatives equal a positive. That would make sense. So you should marry someone with Mars. In any combination, you may have Mars in the 1st, they could have it in the 4th. You both have Kuja Dosha, so kind of cancels it out and you're able to get along. But I still think Mars aspecting the 7th house is going to have you, it's not going to be easy. Maybe you work it out, but you got to work it out. Now, many say also you can look at Kuja Dosha, and I believe this is absolutely true, from your moon sign, not just your ascendant. So you think, whew, I don't have it. Good news. Guess what? You could have it from the moon. So making the moon the ascendant, is Mars in the first house, seventh house from the moon, fourth house from the moon, or in the 12th house from your natal moon? You got Kuja Dosha from the moon, all right? So that's another way. Because remember, the moon is how you're feeling. It's really important to know how you're feeling, because relationships are all about love and feeling. So it's almost like it goes to answer that from the moon. It may even be more significant. But both ways, you got to check it out. And both ways, yes, you got to check out your partner if they have Kuja Dosha from the moon or from the ascendant. So you take both the moons or both the ascendants, and that will heal Kuja Dosha if you both have it. So that's a little tidbit to be looking for, but realize sometimes these signs can make it more intense and make these people more intense. And what I'd be looking at really is the sign that's on the 7th house. What is your 7th house? Let's just say if it's Aries, Aries or Scorpio, you're wanting a very intense partner on the 7th house. You want somebody that's athletic, strong, or deeply passionate. Those are going to be the signs ruled by Mars. If you have the sign of Cancer on your 7th house, then this is the sign, well, Mars may be there, maybe not if it's in your 7th house, but it could represent, if you have Mars in the 7th house, in Cancer, that your partner is weak, but boy, will they come off strong, because they're overpowering and they are trying to cover up their inner weaknesses if Mars is in Cancer in the 7th house. If Mars is exalted in Capricorn in the 7th house, you have somebody that's really strong and really believes in themselves, and you are not going to be able to win an argument with them. So you got to find a way to make peace with them. But here's the situation. This is your chart. So those are the type of people that you're going to attract for good and bad, no matter who the partner is. May change partners, different face, same issue. That's what you have to realize. These are the issues you have to work out. Can't blame the person you're attracted to, because you're always going to be attracted to that type of individual, because that's karmically what you came in here to heal from all of your past lives. You've been doing the same thing for so long. You got to change. You got to really look at this differently. What am I attracting? How can I heal this so that I can have a happy life and a happy marriage? So if you have Mars in Taurus in the 7th house, then Taurus is all about, it's ruled by Venus. They'll be kind of passive aggressive. They'll be stubborn. They'll be strong. Even just Taurus being on the 7th house. So therefore that means you have a Scorpio ascendant. That will mean a partner who can be very stubborn and fixed. So you're going to have to learn how to work with that. All right. If you have, let's just say you have Libra on the 7th house, you'll have someone who tries to make things work. And sometimes it can drive you crazy because you feel like they are just being over the top, too considerate, and they can't speak their own mind. I want somebody that's going to tell me what they feel, not like, well, what do you want? I don't know. What do you want? It's just like that will go on and on and on with Libra. Then if we look at Pisces, Pisces can be on the 7th house someone that is just has no boundaries. You know, just lets people run all over them, and that'll drive you crazy. Okay, let's talk about Gemini. They'll talk your head off. They never know when to stop talking. Whenever you want peace and quiet, no, they're constantly thinking of what to say. But with Gemini there, you need someone that you can totally communicate well with. Leo, you're going to attract somebody that's very, very headstrong and must be the leader. So you got to give in and let them lead the way. Otherwise, it's not going to work. Virgo, you're going to attract somebody that's hypercritical. And I'm not even talking about if Mars is there. I'm just talking about the sign being there. But if you put Mars there, it's going to be quadrupled exactly what I'm talking about. But someone that's always scrutinizing, criticizing, can't find peace in anything with a relationship. Always has to find the fault, the detailed finding, the nitpicking, how you chew your food, how you walk, how you talk. All of that's going to be bothering them, okay? So let's see. Sagittarius. Oh my, Sagittarius is going to be that where you have to believe what they believe or they're not going to be happy. They're going to push and shove their opinions on you. So you got to let it go at some point because they are never, ever going to come about. But you know what? I kind of take that back. They can come about, but not with you telling them what to think. You got to kind of change your actions and ways. They'll come around. They are a mutable sign. So I've already been through Capricorn. Aquarius. Oh my goodness. Aquarius can be very strong and very stubborn. They pretty much have to know it all, but they're brilliant. They are brilliant. You can't deny they're very, very smart people. But at the same time, they know they're smart and they don't even want to discuss it with you because they know they're right. Whereas Sagittarius wants to discuss it because they want to convince you and know they're right. But Aquarius, they don't want to lower themselves to a conversation with someone that is just not on their level. That's the way Aquarius would be on your 7th house. So I've covered all the different signs on the 7th house cusp, but pay attention to this Mars placement. You're going to see this is very meaningful for understanding relationships and partnerships, because really what we're here to do is to understand each other. Mars or no Mars, relationships are something we have to work at because we want harmony, we want peace, we want love and compassion in our lives. And we have to make sure that we are those things and we give these things. Otherwise, whatever you're putting out there, you're going to get back in your face. And you may think it's them, but there's an element of that all within you. That's why you attracted that relationship. So with that, I'd like to close. If you would like more information on me, consultation, or sign up for my newsletter, go to my website, which is galacticcenter.org, or if you would like to sign up for my university, study with us, join our community, join my online university, which is at University of Vedic Astrology.com. Thank you.